Oh yeah! Well, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We're here today because we're going to talk about winning. That's right, success, victory, accomplishment, achievement.
It was actually my first win in a rally in America in a long time. I just hadn't raced here that much. Been in various cars like the Kazi version 2 and the original rally version of that, and obviously a Skoda and a Subaru this year. So there hasn't been a lot of consistency, and I haven't done a lot of events. So it was nice to go back to LSPR this past weekend, which stands for Lake Superior Performance Rally, which is in the Upper Peninsula of Michigan. So I went back there for the first time since 2013, came away with a win. So pretty happy about that.
I'm happy too, because the last time Mr. Block was there, it resulted in a little bit of a thing.
Yeah, that year was a tough year. We actually had a big battle for the championship, but it started with like 3 mechanical DNFs for me and the team in the beginning of the year. So then I had to win the last 4 rallies of the year to win the championship. And I won 3 of the 4, and it came down to the last rally. And I had one of the biggest crashes of my career because I didn't note a corner perfectly, and I tried to drive flat out through it, and it wasn't a flat out corner. So Alex and I went tumbling down the stage 6 or 7 times, and so this was the first time back at LSPR since that big crash. But LSPR is really a great race. Very technical stages, some fast bits, some linking tough bits with jumps. It was very cool.
So the event wasn't perfect for you though, right? Because you did start off with blowing half the front corner off.
Yeah, stage 1. Basically, I was going around the inside of the corner just trying to drive nice and clean and quick, and I just felt my front right tire clip a rock right at the edge of the weeds. And it ended up being bad. That tire completely came apart.
Quite flat. Let's fix into crash 17.
How far do we have to go?
Okay, we got 6 miles. It's too fast to stop. Carry on.
Gotcha.
Try not to damage the car for 50.
I'm trying not to.
Right 6+ long, opens, tightens, it's probably on the rim. At least we got goo wheels, rotiform.
Rubber flying all forward and backwards and completely down to the rotiform rim I was racing on. And I had to drive about 6 miles like that flat out. I actually didn't lose that much time. I think I still won that stage, which was insane, but I just continued to drive as flat out as possible on it. And I know we just did a big test on the rotiform wheel. This, once again, another test of how strong these rally wheels are. 6 miles, flat out, on the rim, finish a stage, absolute ain't care moment of the weekend. But that just set me up for the rest of the weekend, which went really well, from flat out on most all the stages and even getting quicker at the end. Usually get a little slower by the end. I actually chopped 12 seconds out of a repeat stage. So in this episode, we're showing 2 onboards. The first stage you're gonna see today is second to last stage of the rally. It's just outside of Marquette, Michigan. It's only 1.5 miles long, and it was actually featured, I think, back in the 70s when the WRC ran an event in the States called Press On Regardless. This stage is short, technical, but it's stunningly beautiful and a very fun stage. Very dark, beautiful dirt on the stage road, covered with leaves at the edges and these just beautiful forests of trees that are changing color. So it's one of the most beautiful things about LSPR this time of year, and this stage is really the epitome of it. Probably one of the most beautiful stages I've ever raced down. These stages that you're gonna watch today don't feature Alex. We had a malfunction with the camera that actually records the audio. So for this episode, enjoy the sounds of lots of gravel flying and hitting the inside of the wheel wells, along with this boxer motor get run out to rev limiter at certain times, potentially in 6th gear.
like you were having fun, because every single time that we were set up at a spectator stage, you kind of chucked it in. You even had a nice nearly reverse entry to one of them, which showered everybody in gravel.
Yeah, these stages are really great. There's lots of jumps in there, some fast sections, but there's these rad junctions. Some of them are, more than just a 90-degree turn. I was enjoying really kind of throwing the car in on the handbrake, trying to get a bit backwards to make those transitions and entertain the fans. By the way, it's great seeing the fans back out on the events. And there was a lot at LSPR, so tried to shower them with a few rocks, bit of gravel.
Gravel souvenirs.
Yes. The next stage we have for you is Herman. We ran this stage twice. This is the second running of this stage. In this running, it was actually raining before I started the stage, so the stage is quite wet. And you can see that on the wheel tracks going down the stage. You'll see that they're kind of shiny. So I found that there was some grip, not as much grip as there is when it's dry. And I drove pretty much flat out, 12 seconds faster than the earlier running of the stage, which is a lot considering I think this stage is only 7 miles long. And this time is one of the fastest times ever set on the stage. It's a pretty infamous stage in American Rally. It's one of my favorite stages of the entire championship. So I really enjoyed this run of it and being able to put in this quick of a time in these tough conditions. There's a couple moments in there where I'm flat out in 6th gear. The screen starts blinking behind my steering wheel, and that's telling me 6th gear, flat out, probably about 125 miles an hour. So that's a bit sketchy on a wet surface road in the middle of the forest, but that's what we do. Really enjoyed this stage. One of the best stages, like I said, of this rally, of the championship. Lots of technical stuff, some jumps if you're going fast enough. Enjoy.